Conservation of plants and animals. What do you mean by conservation? Conservation means to protect them, to make or to ensure that they live long, to make sure they live a healthy life. That's called conservation. Sachavu, Sambhalvu, etc. The first topic is deforestation and its causes. What is deforestation? Simplest definition is deforestation is clearing of forests by chopping all the trees for different purposes. अलग अलग यूज के लिए फॉरेस्ट को काट देना is deforestation. A great variety of plants and animals exist on earth. They are essential for well-being and survival of mankind. Today, a major threat to survival of these organisms is deforestation. सबसे बड़ा खतरा plants और animals को deforestation से है. Deforestation definition: clearing of forests and using the land for other purposes. So why do we clear forests? There is a list of reasons given here which you have to remember. The first reason is to obtain land so that we can grow our food. Forest does not give us wheat, jowar, bajra, vegetables and fruits. All these has to be grown manually. To grow you need land, and for land we chop off the forests. Second reason, we need land to build houses and factories. Therefore we chop the forest. And third reason, to obtain wood, we chop the forests. So procuring land for cultivation, building houses and factories, and making furniture or using wood as a fuel. These are the reasons why deforestation happens. What will happen if we continue deforestation like mad? Consequence matlab result. What is the result of deforestation? What will happen if all trees are chopped off? This is the list. You have to read the textbook yourself, but pause the video and read the paragraph. What it is trying to say has been summarized here. तो ये जो ये सामने ये है, this is summary, और summary याद रखोगे तो question answers easy हो जाएंगे. Consequences of deforestation are: number 1, increase in temperature. गर्मी बढ़ती जाए. Because trees give a cooling effect. Trees absorb the extra heat and create a cool environment. But if there are no trees, then the temperature will increase on the planet. Second, increase in pollution. Trees absorb the poisonous gases and clean the air. But if there are no trees, pollution will increase. Increase in carbon dioxide levels. Carbon dioxide is a gas which catches heat. Garmi pakdi le. And this catching of heat increases the temperature on the earth, and increase in temperature of the earth leads to global warming, which is bad. Therefore, deforestation increases CO2 levels, which is bad. Decrease in groundwater level. GROUND. Decrease in groundwater level means जमीन के नीचे पानी, clean water, water which we can drink, and that water is reducing because we are chopping the trees. Decrease in rainfall. Rainfall happens because of trees, and if we chop trees, no rainfall will occur. Decrease in fertility of soil. Soil remains fertile. We can do agriculture on it only if there are enough trees. Increase in number of floods and droughts. पानी नहीं है तो बिल्कुल नहीं है, which is called a drought. और अगर पानी है तो इतना ज़्यादा पानी है that it converts to a flood. And both are bad things. Too much water and too less water, both are bad. All thanks to deforestation. And last is global warming, which is overall increase in temperature. So remember the list and make sure you know how to write them down in 10 sentences so you can get full 3 marks when this question is asked. consequence of deforestation. Paheli and Bujo recall the consequence of deforestation. They remember deforestation increases temperature, increases pollution, it increases the level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Groundwater gets lowered. They know that deforestation disturbs the balance in nature. They were told by Professor Ahmed that if cutting trees continues, rainfall will reduce, fertility of soil will reduce. Moreover, there will be increased chances of floods and droughts. See, everything is in my list. So read the textbook one time and remember this short conversion.
Forests cover about 30% of the planet, and the ecosystems they create play an essential role in supporting life on Earth. But deforestation is clearing Earth's forests on a massive scale, and at the current rate of destruction, the world's rainforests could completely disappear within 100 years. Why should we care about deforestation? Together, forestry and agriculture are responsible for 24% of greenhouse gas emissions, making deforestation a significant contributor to climate change. Deforestation impacts the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere in two ways. First, when trees are felled, they release the carbon they are storing into the atmosphere. Second, trees play a critical role in absorbing the greenhouse gases that fuel global warming. Fewer forests mean larger amounts of greenhouse gases entering the atmosphere, and increased speed and severity of global warming. In addition to helping regulate the Earth's climate, forests provide habitats for over 80% of the plants and animals that live on land. But deforestation destroys these habitats, diminishing biodiversity. Some estimate that 4,000 to 6,000 rainforest species go extinct each year. This also affects the more than 2 billion people who rely on forests as sources of food and shelter. The biggest driver of deforestation is agriculture. Farmers chop down trees in order to plant crops like soybeans, palm trees, and cocoa, or to make room to raise livestock for beef. Logging operations, which provide the world's wood and paper products, also cut countless trees each year. Forests are also destroyed as a result of growing urban sprawl as land is developed for dwellings. The effects of deforestation are grave, but not irreversible. Efforts such as managing forest resources, eliminating clear-cutting, and planting new trees to replace those removed are already being made to reduce deforestation's environmental impact on our planet. And while some plant and animal species are gone forever, combating deforestation can help prevent further loss of biodiversity.
Have you heard your grandparents being nostalgic about the past? They say things like, "Earlier there used to be trees here," or "We would wake up to the sound of birds." Now, can you tell me why this isn't a reality anymore? For starters, we could blame ourselves for wanting huge buildings and wide roads. Where has the natural cover of forests disappeared? In truth, we have cut down all those trees in the name of development. Can you tell me what this process is called where many trees and plants are cut out? Yes, we call it deforestation. Clearing up forests for human benefit is called deforestation. Can you name a few reasons why man clears up forest lands? Agriculture, that's right. We clear land to bring more land under cultivation. What other reasons can you think of? Yes, for building factories, houses, and roads. And what about cutting trees for wood and fuel? Isn't that another reason? Of course it is. Man has cut trees over the years, and do you know this very action has caused some serious reaction? Yes, we call them consequences. We cannot get away by reducing the green cover on our planet. Trees and plants are a part of an ecological chain, and they maintain a specific balance. Let us see how many deforestation consequences you are able to identify from the following pictures. You can now imagine the extent of consequences deforestation has, can't you? Let us look at each of these in a little more detail. Trees and plants give out oxygen and use carbon dioxide during photosynthesis. With reduced plants and trees, the level of carbon dioxide on the earth is increasing. Carbon dioxide cannot escape into space, and like many other harmful gases, it is creating a blanket of heat around the earth. This increasing heat has led to a famous phenomenon known as global warming. This is the cause of the increase in the temperature of the earth. Do you know that according to studies, the last few decades of the 20th century have been hottest in the last 400 years? This can create a chain of events. High temperatures affect the water cycle. Glaciers melt at an alarming pace. Soil cannot hold excess water during rainfall or even rise in sea level. Both these events can cause floods. On the other hand, any change in the water cycle can also lead to droughts. Haven't you noticed the erratic climate changes in your area? These are all results of deforestation. Let us see how the water table is affected due to deforestation. Trees and plants have roots which hold the soil and allow water to percolate into the soil. With trees around, water does not run off, carrying away with it the topsoil. This means that absence of trees would cause increased soil erosion, removal of topsoil layer, and reduced underground water levels. Soil that is devoid of its top layer is infertile, and gradually open lands become deserts. This process is called desertification. Land that had once harbored rich trees and wildlife now remains a desert devoid of all life. What about pollution? As already stated, increased release of harmful gases has caused global warming. This pollutes the air around us. It is therefore evident that all consequences are interrelated. Rampant cutting down of trees will only add to more problems around us. What can we do to prevent this? Can we repair the damage done? To know more, watch our next video.
Continuing, what other things deforestation lead to? Deforestation is a major cause which leads to change in soil properties. Deforestation की वजह से soil की property change होती है. Physical properties of soil get affected by plantation and vegetation. Recall from class 7 how trees prevent soil erosion, and fewer trees result in more soil erosion. Soil erosion मतलब too much water and too much wind will take away the soil, and soil is precious. Soil की वजह से ही life grow करती है plants की, और soil ही नहीं है तो desert बन जाएगा. Therefore, this brings us to the word desertification. Desertification में the good quality soil is washed away by wind and water. Removal of the top layer of soil exposes the lower hard rocky layers. ऊपर का जो rich layer है वो निकल जाता है और नीचे के जो पत्थर है वो ऊपर आ जाते हैं. This soil has less humus and is less fertile, and gradually the fertile land gets converted into deserts, and this is called desertification. So I have summarized what is desertification. When soil erosion increases, there is decrease in fertility of soil, the top layer of soil is removed, the bad lower soil gets exposed, and the land slowly becomes a desert. So this is a slow process, but अगर हम पेड़ काटते रहेंगे तो forests will become farmlands, farmlands will finally become deserts. What else happens when you chop trees? Deforestation also leads to decrease in water holding capacity of soil. Deforestation also leads to decrease in water holding capacity of soil. Soil अगर पानी पकड़ के रखेगा तो plants को दे पाएगा. But if soil is not able to catch the water will either run away in the rivers and to the sea, or water will go deep down in the ground and become a part of groundwater. In short, plants के हाथ में पानी आएगा ही नहीं, या तो वो दरिया में चला गया या डीप चला गया. Therefore, the soil has to be proper, and for soil to be proper, you have to stop deforestation. The movement of water from the soil surface into the ground, which is called infiltration rate. Infiltration rate मतलब सॉइल के ऊपर पानी भर के रखो तो वो कितना जल्दी नीचे जाता है, दैट इज रिड्यूस्ड. नीचे पानी जाना कम हो जाता है. सो देर आर फ्लड्स. पानी नीचे जा ही नहीं रहा है, तो सारा पानी ऊपर है, और सारा पानी ऊपर का मतलब फ्लड. सो इनफिल्ट्रेशन ऑफ वाटर रिड्यूसेस, flood can happen. And the other properties of soil like nutrient content and texture also change. Nutrition and texture of the soil changes. So दो slide मिलके information है what does deforestation do. So I'm quickly revising. It's a big question. If you write fully एक पूरा page भरना चाहिए. Deforestation increases the temperature, increases pollution, increases CO2, decreases groundwater, decreases rainfall, decreases fertility, increases floods and droughts, increases global warming, soil erosion happens, fertility of soil reduces, top layer is gone, bad layer is exposed, and forests become deserts. Water holding capacity decreases, infiltration of water जो नीचे जाना चाहिए that decreases, and nutrition and texture also changes. So your homework this time is going to be that you have to write down Pressy notes 2 times in your notebook and email it. Pressy notes क्या होता है? पूरी टेक्स्ट बुक का सारा इंफॉर्मेशन शॉर्ट में लिखा होता. So I'll send you that PDF. You have to see the PDF and copy it 2 times and try to remember all small points. Plus there will be a quiz tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Now, how to conserve? We are destroying the forest and we know that it is a very bad thing. Then how to protect the forest? How to protect animals and plants living in it? Conservation of forests and wildlife. Biosphere को समझो पहले. What is biosphere? You must have learned in earlier classes that there is something called as hydrosphere, which is water containing on the planet. Then there is lithosphere. Lithosphere is the earth, the ground जिस पे सब कुछ उगता है. Atmosphere, which is the air. So air, water and earth are 3 things which support life on the planet. And this life plus the 3 spheres, hydrosphere, lithosphere and atmosphere, together create biosphere. Biosphere is a combination of the 3 spheres on the planet plus all living organisms, plants, animals, bacteria, everybody. So biosphere is that part of the earth in which living organism exist or which supports life. Biological diversity or biodiversity refers to the variety of organisms existing on the earth, their interrelationship and their relationship with the environment. So we saw what is biosphere. Now we'll see what is biodiversity. Biodiversity मतलब so ant, lion, goat, sunflower and a banyan tree, they all have interrelationship. They all are related to each other, they all support each other, and they live a healthy, wealthy and a related life. And when entire life on this planet is combined with hydrosphere, lithosphere and atmosphere, what we get is biosphere. So biosphere is the interrelationship between living things and the relationship with the environment. एंड एनवायरनमेंट किससे बनता है? द थ्री स्फीयर्स, हाइड्रोस्फीयर, लिथोस्फीयर एंड एटमॉस्फेयर. So coming to the textual definition once again, biosphere is that part of the earth in which living organism exist. Biodiversity refers to variety of organism existing on earth, their interrelationship and relationship with environment. So biosphere is living beings plus environment. Flora and fauna. Flora and fauna are two common words meaning plants and animals. Flora मतलब plants, fauna मतलब animals. Habitat मतलब उनका घर. Protected areas. To protect plants, to protect animals and to protect their home, we need the government to declare protected areas. और एक बार गवर्नमेंट ने प्रोटेक्टेड एरिया डिक्लेयर कर दिया, फिर कोई बिल्डर वहाँ पे बिल्डिंग नहीं बना सकता, कोई फार्मर एग्रीकल्चर नहीं कर सकता, कोई बिजनेसमैन फैक्ट्री नहीं बना सकता. इट्स अ जंगल, यू हैव टू लीव इट फॉर प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स टू लिव, एंड दैट्स कॉल्ड अ प्रोटेक्टेड एरिया. एंड प्रोटेक्टेड एरियाज आर अंडर few categories. The first category is a wildlife sanctuary. Second is national park. And third is biosphere reserve. तो 3 वर्ड का मतलब हम समझेंगे कि सैंक्चुरी, नेशनल पार्क और बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व में क्या फर्क होता है. प्लांटेशन, कल्टीवेशन, ग्रेजिंग, फेलिंग ऑफ ट्रीज, हंटिंग, पोचिंग आर ऑल प्रोहिबिटेड. You cannot have plantation of fruit trees or mango trees. આપણે કહે ને કેરીની વાડી, ચીકુની વાડી, तो सारे ट्रीज चीकू होते हैं, वो नहीं हो सकता. कल्टीवेशन मतलब फार्मिंग नहीं हो सकता. ग्रेजिंग मतलब एनिमल्स कैन नॉट गो देयर, पेट एनिमल्स, काउज एंड बफेलोज कैन नॉट गो देयर एंड ईट ग्रास. चॉपिंग ऑफ ट्रीज नॉट अलाउड, हंटिंग नॉट अलाउड, पोचिंग नॉट अलाउड. लेट्स सी all 3 individually. What's a wildlife sanctuary? Areas where animals are protected from any disturbance to them and their habitat. Areas where animals are protected from any disturbance. A lion is hungry. Lion wants to eat zebra. Sanctuary के अंदर lion cannot kill zebra because zebra is protected. तो सैंक्चुरी के अंदर ह्यूमन बीइंग का इंटरफियरेंस बहुत होता है. वी कंट्रोल द अमाउंट ऑफ फूड, वी कंट्रोल द अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर, वी कंट्रोल मेडिसिन, डॉक्टर्स, फैसिलिटीज, एवरीथिंग वी प्रोवाइड. इट्स लाइक अ मिनी जू, बट जू में केज होता है, ये ओपन जू है. द एनिमल्स आर फ्री टू रोम अराउंड वेर एवर दे वॉन्ट एंड वॉट एवर दे वॉन्ट टू डू, बट वी कंट्रोल हु किल्स whom एंड हु ईट्स वॉट फॉर द बेटरमेंट. लायन का भी अच्छा चाहते हैं हम, जेब्रा का भी अच्छा चाहते हैं हम. दैट्स अ वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी एंड द साइज ऑफ वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरीज आर वेरी स्मॉल. बहुत बड़ी नहीं होती है क्योंकि हम सिर्फ छोटी जगह मैनेज कर सकते. हजारों किलोमीटर की जगह पे हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. लायन कहाँ है और कौन सा जेब्रा मार देगा हमको क्या पता, बट सेंचुरीज में वी कैन कंट्रोल. सेकेंड कैटेगरी ऑफ प्रोटेक्टेड एरिया इज नेशनल पार्क. Areas reserved for wildlife where they can freely use the habitat and natural resources. नेशनल पार्क में लायन को 4 जेब्रा मार के खा जाना है तो भी अलाउड है, कोई नहीं रोकेगा, बिकॉज इट्स अ नेशनल पार्क. ह्यूमन बींग्स आर नॉट अलाउड. ह्यूमन बींग्स के नॉट गो देयर एंड सप्लाई मेडिकल फैसिलिटी ऑल्सो. दे कैन नॉट गिव फूड, वाटर. पूरा एरिया लॉक कर दिया है, जो होता है होने दो. दैट्स कॉल्ड अ नेशनल पार्क. एंड नेशनल पार्क का एरिया सैंक्चुरी से काफी बड़ा होता है. इट्स ह्यूज. एंड द थर्ड कैटेगरी ऑफ प्रोटेक्टेड एरिया इज बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व. लार्जेस्ट साइज होती है बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व की. लार्ज एरियाज ऑफ प्रोटेक्टेड लैंड फॉर कंजर्वेशन ऑफ वाइल्ड लाइफ, प्लांट एंड एनिमल रिसोर्सेज एंड ट्रेडिशनल लाइफ ऑफ ट्राइबल्स लिविंग इन द एरिया. दिस जोन is protected for whom? Wildlife, plants, animals, ट्राइबल पीपल, आदिवासी लोग और उनका कल्चर. सो इट्स नॉट ओनली कंजर्वेशन ऑफ प्लांट्स एनिमल्स बट इट इज़ ऑल्सो प्रोटेक्टिंग आवर हेरिटेज. पुराने ज़माने में लोग कैसे क्या बनाते थे, क्या खाते थे, कैसे रहते थे, वो सब यहाँ पे प्रिजर्व्ड है. So these are the 3 protected areas which you need to understand and be able to write 2 sentences each explaining what they are. तो सबसे ज़्यादा इंटरफियरेंस सेंचुरी में जो छोटी होती है, नो इंटरफियरेंस ऑफ ह्यूमन बीइंग इन नेशनल पार्क जो बहुत बड़ा होता है, एंड बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व जो सबसे बड़ा होता है.
Did you know that forests and wildlife are interrelated? I'm sure you do. Forests are home to a variety of wildlife including birds, animals, and even the tiniest microbes. What happens when we cut down trees? Well, we are unhoming the wildlife that is dependent on these forests. What exactly are we snatching away from them? In scientific terms, we are attacking the biosphere. Biosphere is the sphere of the earth in which the living organisms exist and the sphere that supports life. What happens when we attack this very support system? The answer is obvious. We are putting everyone's lives at risk. Whose lives am I talking about? Yes, the innumerable living organisms in the biosphere. They constitute the biodiversity of the environment. What do we mean by the term biodiversity? Biodiversity constitutes the number of living organisms like plants, animals, and even microbes that exist on Earth. These organisms are also interrelated and have a close relationship with the environment. For example, microbes increase the fertility of the soil. The plants depend on soil, sun, and air. Humans depend on plants and animals. Humans also need water and air for survival. Can you see how each one is connected and dependent on the Earth? Well, these diverse life forms in the biosphere constitute the biodiversity of the Earth. Now tell me, do you think that the biodiversity of one region can be different from another? Think about it. Do we find penguins near the equatorial regions? Of course not. Similarly, we will not find trees of the equatorial region surviving near the poles. Thus, we can say that the biodiversity of one region is varied and distinct from that of another. Why do we find such differences? Plants and animals can grow and survive only in specific temperatures and climatic conditions. That is why their habitats are region-specific. How do we protect animals and plants in their habitats? For that, let me introduce you to the concept of protected areas. What exactly are protected areas? Governments of various countries mark certain areas as protected. And which areas are included in this? Those which are rich in biodiversity or even have animals and plants that are threatened. Do you know how many such areas can be marked? There are 3 of them. Sanctuaries, biosphere reserves, and national parks are the names of the 3 types of protected areas. What is the difference between them? Why are these areas termed as protected areas? How are they protected? We will answer all these questions in detail in our next video.
What is the difference between a sanctuary, a national park, and a biosphere reserve? Sanctuaries provide protection and suitable living conditions to wild animals. They are places where poaching or capturing of animals is strictly prohibited. Some of the threatened wild animals like marsh crocodile, python, rhinoceros, etc. are protected and preserved in our wildlife sanctuaries. Indian sanctuaries have unique landscapes ranging from broad level and mountain forests to bushlands in deltas of big rivers. National parks are reserves that are large and diverse enough to protect whole sets of ecosystems. They preserve flora, fauna, landscape and historic objects of an area. Satpura National Park is the first reserve forest of India. The finest Indian teak is found in this forest along with rock paintings and stone shelters indicating existence of prehistoric life in these areas. Biosphere reserves help to maintain the biodiversity and culture of that area. It may contain other protected areas in it. For example, Pachmari Biosphere Reserve consists of one national park named Satpura and two wildlife sanctuaries named Bori and Pachmari.
Now, who decides the protected areas? The government. Madhavji explains to the children that apart from our personal efforts and efforts of the society, government agencies also take care of the forests. The government lays down rules, methods, policies to protect and conserve wildlife. Wildlife sanctuaries, national parks, biosphere reserves are protected areas for conservation of plants animals in that area. तो ये पूरा डिसीजन वाइल्ड लाइफ प्रोटेक्ट करने का गवर्नमेंट का होता है. सबसे पहले गवर्नमेंट एक्ट करती है, देन द सोसाइटी सपोर्ट्स देम, पीपल सपोर्ट्स देम, NGOs सपोर्ट देम, एंड गवर्नमेंट मेक्स रूल्स, मेथड्स एंड पॉलिसीज टू प्रोटेक्ट वाइल्ड लाइफ. वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी, national park, biosphere reserve are three options with the government. Biosphere reserve, it's an area meant for conservation of biodiversity. We see in earlier video, biodiversity matlab the variety of plants, animals, insects, microorganisms, etc. in that area. It may contain open areas and protected areas. ओपन एरिया में आप जा सकते हो, प्रोटेक्टेड एरिया में आप नहीं जा सकते. सो बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व इज अ ह्यूज एरिया वेयर उस बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व के अंदर छोटी सी सेंचुरी हो सकती जहां तुम बर्ड वॉचिंग करने जा सकते हो. उसके अंदर क्रोकोडाइल सेंचुरी हो सकती है जहां तुम क्रोकोडाइल देखने जा सकते हो. उसके अंदर नेशनल पार्क हो सकता है. सो बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व इज रियली लार्ज एरिया जिसके अंदर देर आर सम ओपन एरियाज वेर यू आर अलाउड टू गो and some are protected areas where you are not allowed to go. Example, Panchmarhi Bioreserve contains protected area called Satpura National Park. तो पंचमरही बायोरिजर्व एक बहुत बड़ा एरिया है जिसके अंदर सातपुरा नेशनल पार्क है जिसमें जाना मना है बिकॉज नेशनल पार्क्स आर सपोज टू रन देमसेल्व्स ऑन देयर ओन. Also, the Panchmarhi Bioreserve contains a protected area called Bori and Panchmarhi, which are wildlife sanctuaries. And you can visit Bori and Panchmarhi. तुम्हारा बाइनोकुलर्स लेके कैंपिंग वैम्पिंग करने के लिए ओवरनाइट जाना है तो तुम जा सकते हो फॉर टू बोरी एंड पंचमरी बिकॉज इट्स अ प्रोटेक्टेड एरिया बट यू आर अलाउड. Common people is allowed to go and appreciate nature. That's called a wildlife sanctuary. So remember, for objective purpose, what's a bioreserve? And bioreserve बहुत बड़ा होता है जिसके अंदर sanctuary भी हो सकती है और national park भी. Flora and fauna, as I said, flora मतलब plants, fauna मतलब animals. और हर एक एरिया का एक specific flora fauna होता है. Camel is native to Rajasthan because there are deserts there, and penguin is native to Antarctica because it is ice there. तो हर एक एरिया के खुद के ट्रीज एंड एनिमल्स होते हैं. पंचमरही के अंदर व्हाट इज लोकल और नेटिव ट्रीज इज साल, टीक, मैंगो, जामुन, सिल्वर फर्न्स, अर्जुन, etc. These are the names of the plants which you have to remember for objective purpose. पंचमरही का फ्लोरा का लिस्ट बनाओ, साल, टीक, मैंगो, जामुन, सिल्वर फर्न एंड अर्जुन. और एनिमल्स का लिस्ट, which animals are locally found in Panchmarhi? It's चिंकारा, ब्लू बुल, barking deer, चीतल, leopard, wild dog, wolf, etc. So by heart the list, that's all. एंडेमिक स्पीसीज, एंडेमिक मतलब लोकल। दो अनजान लोग जब मिलते हैं तो पूछते तमे क्या ना, तो अमे राजकोट ना, अच्छा अच्छा तमे क्या ना, तो अमे जोधपुर ना। बट वो दोनों राजकोट और जोधपुर में रहे वो जरूरी नहीं है, दे बोथ आर लिविंग इन बॉम्बे। एंडेमिक मतलब लोकल, आप ओरिजिनली कहां से हो। सो एंडेमिक स्पीसीज are those species of plants and animals which are found exclusively in a particular area, एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया में ही पाए जाते हैं, दैट्स व्हाई दे आर कॉल्ड एंडेमिक। फॉर एग्जाम्पल बटरफ्लाइज आर नॉट एंडेमिक टू एनी एरिया, butterflies can be found out anywhere and everywhere, but penguins are endemic to a particular area, Antarctica. Polar bears are endemic to Arctic. कुछ kangaroos are endemic to Australia. You cannot find a kangaroo in Gujarat. Impossible. Unless उसको पकड़ के लाया और जू में डाल दिया है, that's a bad thing. But naturally, kangaroo, Australia. That's called endemic species. So endemic species means those plants and animals which are exclusively found in a particular area only. Example, Eskimo is found in icy areas only. Polar bear is found in snow caps only. Elephants are found in Asia and kangaroos are found in Australia. तो पंचमरही की एंडेमिक स्पीसीज कौन सी है? पंचमरही में भी कुछ ऑर्गेनिज्म है विच आर गिवन स्पेशल स्टेटस क्योंकि और कहीं नहीं मिलते। साल, वाइल्ड मैंगो, बाइसन, इंडियन जायंट स्क्विरल, फ्लाइंग स्क्विरल। Remember this for objective purpose. Sal, wild mango, bison, Indian giant squirrel and flying squirrel. 5 things are endemic to पंचमरही bioreserve. इनके सिवाय, पंचमरही के सिवाय इनका घर कहीं पे नहीं है. Therefore we have to protect their house, their home. What is a species? What is a species? Species, जिसका ये स्पेलिंग रॉन्ग है, SPECIS. Species is a group of population which are capable of interbreeding. Interbreeding मतलब रिप्रोडक्शन. नेक्स्ट जनरेशन को पैदा करने के लिए मदर एंड फादर हैव टू बी सेम. Imagine, do you think this is possible that an elephant marries a monkey and give birth to a child? Impossible. An elephant cannot marry a monkey and give birth to a child because elephant and monkeys are different species. But one monkey and another monkey can definitely give birth to a child because they are same species. So species is those population of organisms which can interbreed. This means that the members of the species can reproduce fertile offsprings only with the member of their own species and not with the member of other species. Monkey cannot marry a lion or a tiger or an elephant and give birth to a child. And all members of the species have common characteristics. तो same species के सारे characteristics same होते. So there are two butterflies. How do you know they are same species or not? एक blue है और एक red है. देख के नहीं पता चलता. If red and blue together can create a new butterfly, then they are same species. But if red and blue cannot give birth to a new butterfly, they are different species. For example, leopard और cheetah similar दिखते हैं, but they cannot reproduce with each other. Therefore, they are called leopard and cheetah. वरना दोनों चीता ही बोलते हैं. That's the concept of species. Wildlife sanctuary. Wildlife sanctuary is a reserve forest to provide protection and good living condition to animals and plants. It's a protected place and we have a large amount of interference. हम उनको एनिमल्स के लिए शेड बना सकते हैं, लेक बना सकते हैं, पानी सप्लाई कर सकते हैं, डॉक्टर, मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज सब कुछ प्रोवाइड करते हैं. दैट्स कॉल्ड वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी, वेयर killing is banned, capturing animals is banned, in fact punishable and prohibited. You cannot hunt, you cannot capture animals because you will get punishment. Sometimes grazing by livestock and collecting wood and medicine is allowed for local people. If you live close to a forest, if your lifestyle is that you are Adivasi and you live in a hut near the forest, then you are allowed कि तुम्हारे जो गाय भैंस है उनको खाना खिलाने के लिए तुम जंगल ले जा सकते. You can take your animals in the sanctuary. You can collect wood for your personal use, not business, and you can collect medicine from the forest. But other than that, if you and me, people who live in Ahmedabad, go to the sanctuary and collect something, it is not allowed. That's called wildlife sanctuary. You yourself have to read this paragraph. जो भी पैराग्राफ में लिखा है वो यहाँ पे समरी में है. Some of the threatened wild animals like black buck, white-eyed buck, elephant, golden cat, pink-headed duck, gharial, marsh crocodile, python, rhino are protected and preserved in our wildlife sanctuaries. Sanctuary बनाने का आइडिया क्यों आया? Because some animals are threatened. Threatened मतलब आज है कल नहीं है, उनका पॉपुलेशन जीरो हो जाएगा और जीरो हो उससे पहले वी हैव गिवन देम प्रोटेक्शन. ऐसे कौन से थ्रेटेंड एनिमल है? ब्लैक बक, वाइट आइड बक, एलिफेंट, गोल्डन कैट, पिंक हेडेड डक, घड़ियाल, मार्श क्रोकोडाइल, पाइथन एंड राइनोसेरोस. ये सब का इतना हंटिंग हुआ है और फॉर वॉट एवर नेचुरल और आर्टिफिशियल रीजन इनका पॉपुलेशन इतना कम हो गया है दैट दे नीड टू बी प्रोटेक्टेड एंड प्रिजर्व्ड. और प्रोटेक्शन और प्रिजर्वडनेस इंडियन सेंचुरीज से आती. एंड दीज इंडियन सेंचुरीज contain everything. They contain a broad level of forest, they contain mountains, bush, deltas, rivers, everything. So it's a beautiful place for animals to live, especially those who are threatened animals. Third is national park. So we saw bioreserve first, then we saw sanctuary, now we are looking at national park. National park, place demarcated by the government to protect entire ecosystem of flora, fauna, landscape, history. Plants, animals, जमीन, environment and history सब कुछ एक साथ प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए नेशनल पार्क बनाया. More than 100 national parks are there in India and Satpura National Park is India's first. Project Tiger was a project launched by the government to protect the tigers of India and to increase the population of tigers. क्योंकि tigers endangered species. Endangered मतलब खतरे में है और खतरे में का मतलब कि ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि सारे टाइगर्स मर जाए और फिर दुनिया में कोई टाइगर होगा ही नहीं और कभी वापस नहीं आएंगे. Before that happens, we have to save the tiger. We have to increase the population of tiger. Therefore, Project Tiger was launched by the government. Little bit about Project Tiger. Launched by the government to protect the tigers, to increase the population of tigers, because tigers are slowly disappearing. And do you know why? Tigers are killed for their skin. Tigers are killed for their teeth. Tigers are killed for their bones. Tigers are killed for their claws and tigers are killed for fun, and all this is illegal. Satpura Tiger Reserve is a unique place where tiger population has slowly been increased. Once upon a time, it had lions, elephants, wild buffaloes and बारासिंगा. बट अब इनका पॉपुलेशन भी बहुत कम हो गया है. So we don't know if they will survive or not. As of now, they are called endangered animals. जो एनिमल का पॉपुलेशन बहुत कम है, क्रिटिकली कम है, तो वो एंडेंजर्ड एनिमल है. नॉर्मल ह्यूमन बीइंग की पल्स या हार्ट रेट 70 होती. 70 का 50 हो गया तो यू आर इन डेंजर. 50 का 30 हो गया तो यू आर इन क्रिटिकल डेंजर, आईसीयू में डालना पड़ेगा. और 10 हो गया तो तुम ऑलमोस्ट गए. एंड जीरो पल्स या जीरो हार्ट बीट मीन्स डेड. Similarly, the population is decreasing and it is so low that it is possible कि पूरा population zero हो जाएगा और फिर वो animal कभी वापस नहीं आएगा. Before that happens, we have to protect these animals. Which animals? Endangered animals. कैसे पता चलता है कौन endangered है? एक book है जिसमें सब लिखा जाता है. And regularly population counting happens in the world everywhere. Population of birds, population of animals, सब करते हैं हम so that biodiversity does not go away. Dinosaurs को हम endangered नहीं extinct बुलाते. Dinosaurs are extinct means gone. They will never come back. But is lion extinct or tiger extinct? No. अभी भी लायन और टाइगर जिंदा है बट उनका पॉपुलेशन कम है. दे आर एंडेंजर्ड. सो एक्सटिंक्ट एंड एंडेंजर्ड में फर्क होता है. स्मॉल एनिमल्स बिकम एक्सटिंक्ट वेरी क्विकली एंड वेरी इजीली. छोटे एनिमल्स का क्या है, हम पॉपुलेशन काउंट नहीं कर सकते, वो मिलते नहीं है जल्दी, और उनको हम ऐसे पिंजरे में डाल के पॉपुलेशन बढ़ाने का काम कर नहीं सकते. इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. So, small animals become extinct very quickly, very easily. Therefore, we should not kill any animal. They are all important part of the nature. They are all important part of ecosystem, food web and food chain. So, we have to take care of all animals equally. Rhinoceros, elephant, lion, tiger बड़े हैं, उनको हम ज़्यादा importance देते हैं. But that doesn't mean that the poor rabbit is allowed to become extinct. तो रैबिट ने क्या बिगाड़ा है हमारा, हम रैबिट का भी ध्यान रखना चाहिए. और रैबिट का ध्यान रखने के लिए ही we have prepared national parks, we have prepared sanctuaries, we have prepared bio reserves. So every animal gets a good home and lives a healthy, wealthy and wise life. For example, look at this paragraph. Madhaji tells Paheli that small animals are much more in danger of becoming extinct than bigger animals. At times we kill snakes. सांप आए वो मारो मारो मारो. फ्रॉग की लाइफ का हम कोई वैल्यू नहीं करते. लिजर्ड से हम डरते हैं. कुछ लोग चप्पल लेके पीछे पड़ जाते हैं. We don't like bats. We don't like owls. We feel owls are unlucky. But they all are an important part of this world. You cannot kill them or finish them. At times, we kill snakes, frogs, lizards, bats and owls without realizing their importance. But they might be small in size, but their role in the ecosystem is very important. Therefore, don't kill anybody. They are all an important part of the food chain, and all food chains create a food web. Therefore, without reason, don't kill. Capture them and leave them somewhere else. That's the best policy. This is some extra information which will be only asked in objectives. सातपुरा को हमने बायो रिजर्व क्यों बनाया है पंचमढ़ी के अंदर? Because we have found rock shelters. So rock shelters are found in Satpura where prehistoric humans lived. हजारों साल पुराने आदि मानव, which were half monkey and half human being, used to live here. and their paintings are still visible on the cave's wall. Therefore, we have considered this area as a bioreserve. Rock paintings are present in 55 caves in Panchmarhi bioreserve, and we are trying to protect it. And the figures, the paintings contain figures of men fighting, hunting, dancing and playing. Some extra information. वीडियो में तुमने देखा होगा कि केव के अंदर कैसे पेंटिंग्स दिखते हैं. And I said that who keeps a record of endangered animals? Red Data Book. Red Data Book एक ऐसी बुक है which keeps the record of all the animals which are endangered. जो खतरे में है उनका नाम रेड डेटा बुक में डाल देते. एंड रेड डेटा बुक पूरी दुनिया पढ़ती है, सो पूरी दुनिया को पता चलता है दैट दिस एनिमल हैज टू बी प्रिजर्व्ड, टेकन केयर ऑफ, वेदर इट इज अ प्लांट और एन एनिमल. What is an ecosystem? Ecosystem is made up of all the plants, all the animals, all the microorganisms, and all non-living components like climate, soil, river, delta, etc. बचा क्या? कुछ नहीं. सब कुछ कंसिडर कर लिया. और सब कुछ मतलब एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया के सारे प्लांट्स, उस एरिया के सारे एनिमल्स, उस एरिया के सारे इंसेक्ट्स, उस एरिया के सारे माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म जो दिखते नहीं है लेकिन होते हैं, उस एरिया का रिवर, उस एरिया का पॉन्ड, उस एरिया का माउंटेन, उस एरिया का वैली, उस एरिया का लेक, उस एरिया का डेजर्ट, सब कुछ को कंबाइन करो तो बनता है इको सिस्टम. और हर एक इकोसिस्टम एक दूसरे से अलग होता है. माइग्रेशन, ट्रांसफर ऑफ बर्ड्स from far away areas every year at a particular time due to climate change is called migration. Migration का मतलब है हजारों लाखों birds एक कंट्री छोड़ के दूसरे कंट्री चले जाते. So Europe is very cold during winters. So July, August चल रहा है, August. So during this period the birds in thousands of numbers are leaving Europe. और यूरोप से हजारों किलोमीटर उड़ के वो इंडिया आने वाले, और महीने बाद they all will start landing in India. And this is called migration which they do every year. उड़ के हजारों किलोमीटर यूरोप से एशिया में इंडिया आते हैं. इंडिया में गुजरात के अंदर there are a lot of places like नर सरोवर where these birds come. They live a good life here in the month of September, October, November, December, Jan, Feb, March. मार्च के बाद यहाँ गर्मी शुरू होती है और उनसे गर्मी सहन नहीं होती है. They go back to Europe, and that's called migration. Why do they migrate? Due to bad environment in their home countries. Last topic is recycling of paper. 1 ton of paper requires 17 trees to be cut. 17 trees काटोगे तब जाके 1 टन पेपर बनता है. और सिर्फ इंडिया में ही लाखों टन पेपर रोज यूज होता है. तो 1 लाख टन पेपर यूज करोगे तो 17 लाख ट्रीज आर कट डाउन एवरी डे, विच हैव टेकन years to grow. We are chopping them in minutes. Therefore, we should do something about it. We should cut less trees. But less trees means less paper. No. You can recycle paper up to 7 times. કેમ આપણે છાપા પસ્તીમાં આપીએ છીએ, ડસ્ટબિનમાં નથી નાખતા? Because પસ્તીવાળો એ છાપાને રિસાયકલ કરવા મોકલે છે and new paper can be made from it. When we recycle, we save energy, we save wood, we save water, क्योंकि नया पेपर बनाने में बहुत पानी चाहिए. We save forests, क्योंकि फॉरेस्ट काटने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी. We save chemicals, जो फैक्ट्री केमिकल यूज करके नया पेपर बनाती, अब सिर्फ रिसाइकल करना पड़े, एंड वी सेव द वर्ल्ड. सो रिमेंबर, रिसाइकलिंग इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट थिंग्स यू कैन डू. छोटे से छोटा प्लास्टिक, मेटल, ग्लास या पेपर का टुकड़ा फेंको मत. ऑलवेज रिसाइकल. Keep one dedicated drawer in your home where you can put anything which is made up of paper, plastic, metal or glass. तो वो रिसाइकल वाले को दे दो, फ्री में दे दो, बट दो so that less trees are supposed to be cut. And we save energy, wood, water, forest, chemicals, and eventually we save the world. And second option is reforestation. Recycling is good, but reforestation is best.
How can you do your bit to save trees? Do you know the amount of paper we use in our day-to-day life? From newspapers, notebooks, novels, tickets, and you can name so many more. How is paper made? What goes into the making of paper? It would amaze you to know that it takes 17 fully grown trees to make 1 ton of paper. Can you imagine how much time it takes for 17 trees to grow to their full length? It takes many years to grow and takes hardly a few hours to convert them into sheets of paper. Papers are used for a single use and then are discarded. They are found in either a waste paper basket or landfills. It is such a pity that the fully grown trees are reduced to garbage. How can we avoid this? The truth is that a single sheet of paper can be recycled and reused for about 6 to 7 times over. Just like water, we should also look at ways of recycling paper. There are huge factories now which have undertaken the noble purpose of recycling waste paper. Do you also know that the bagasse of sugarcane is now used to make paper? If we can think of alternatives like this, it will surely go a long way in saving trees. Recycling of paper will also save the amount of energy and fuel used in making paper as well. What about the best way of undergoing deforestation? It's called reforestation. If deforestation is cutting off trees, then reforestation is planting of trees. Yes, but though this may seem easy enough, it requires a lot of effort. A land that is cleared of trees will only get back to its former state when it's replaced with trees. However, care must be taken that the plants of the same species must be planted. The soil has nutrients that are suitable for the particular species only. The climatic conditions are also conducive to these species. Therefore, it's advisable to regrow plants of the same species. Are you aware of a process called as natural reforestation? Well, in the cases where trees have been cut down only for timber and the roots are left intact, these trees will grow back on their own. This can only happen if the land has not been used for any other purpose. However, all these measures are time-consuming. Either way, they require many years to get back all the lost trees. The best measures would be to reuse the paper and other resources we have, recycle whatever is possible, and reduce our needs and wants. This would surely ensure proper conservation of both plants and animals. Each individual needs to take efforts to save nature. Only when we decide together as a whole will the earth see a miraculous change and we shall live again in a clean and green environment.
Reforestation. Professor Ahmed suggests that the answer to deforestation is reforestation. Reforestation is restocking of the destroyed forest by planting new trees. बहुत simple है, plant new trees, and when you do that, you are doing reforestation. The planted trees should generally be of the same species. अगर तुमने बहुत सारे teak wood के trees काटे हैं, तो what you grow there is teak wood, जो वहाँ के forest का native है. We should plant at least as many trees as we cut. जितने काटो उतने उगाओ. Reforestation can take place naturally also. Natural reforestation क्या होता है? 4 पेड़ थे और चारों पेड़ तुमने काट डाले. 2 साल बाद देखोगे तो वो सारे पेड़ में से नई ब्रांचेस निकल आई. Yes, when you chop a tree, some of the trees have this capacity to regrow, and it's a very good thing. That's called natural reforestation. If the deforested area is left undisturbed, it re-establishes itself. In natural reforestation, there is no role of human beings. We have already caused tremendous damage to our forests. If we have to retain our green wealth for future generation, plantation of more trees is the only option. Natural reforestation possible है, but उस पर हम depend नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि सारे trees ऐसे नहीं उगते. Therefore, when we chop one tree, the same tree has to be planted next to it in the same forest. इंडिया में फॉरेस्ट कंजर्वेशन एक्ट है. इट्स अ लॉ. फॉरेस्ट कंजर्वेशन एक्ट is a law for preservation and conservation of natural resources, so that everybody gets resources from the forest for a long period. After some rest, Madhavji asked the children to start heading back because it's not advisable to stay in the jungle after sunset, blah blah blah. ये कुछ नहीं है. So we have learned a lot about forests, how deforestation is bad, how reforestation can be done, biodiversity, bioreserve, national park, sanctuaries. So make sure you see the video 2 times, write the Prezi note 2 times today, and then give the quiz tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Thank you.